everyone. So I promised that I would do a come shop with me at Target video. So I have driven us to Target and I'm gonna take you around with me. I don't really know if I'm gonna speak into the camera while I'm in there or whether I'll do a voiceover after. I'm just gonna feel it out, see what's working better. Obviously I can't show you everything in there because it's a huge store. We would be there forever, but I will try and get you a good overview of the store, like what it's about, in case, like, you know, you're from the UK and you've never been to one, and if you're from the US and maybe you just like looking at the Target stuff, because I do love seeing what random stuff they have in. So yeah, I'm gonna take you around a little bit and yeah, we can see what's in there, and I might show you what I'm liking. I can't spend too much money today, like as always, got to be careful with the house and like prioritize more for renovations, but there are a couple of things that I'm looking for that maybe they'll have, so we will go around and I'll maybe indicate if I like certain things even if I'm not going to buy them, and you know, just generally have a browse, and then I'll do a little haul at the end of anything I do buy. So yeah, let's get inside. So this is walking over to the store just so you could see the outside of it. It's like all of this sort of like dark orangey building. So as you can see, it's pretty massive. I don't know if I've been to any stores quite as big in the UK. Granted, I'm not the most explored person. I've never been to IKEA. And I just picture it like that. Okay, so coming in here, this is what you come to first. And this is like the, I guess you could say, like discounted section where most things are like $5. It can vary slightly, but generally, I looked at this mirror. I thought this was cute. Just a little light up mirror. I do spend a bit of time in this area because I figured seeing their like deals was interesting. I thought these candles were really cool. They had like such like 60s flower power vibes. I loved it, like the bubble candle version. I do move through this, you know, reasonably fast, even though I spend longer in this section. But yeah, they have some really, really good things in this section, but you really have to search because it is so random. But hopefully you can get like an overview. Obviously, you don't know what's going to be there. So it's just kind of luck whether there's anything that takes your interest. But also, I thought for my American viewers, you'd probably like seeing what they have. I love this. I was so tempted, but I assume at that price, at $5, that it is for a child. And I probably wouldn't fit in it, but it was so 90s. I love it. And then they have like these little signs, which are nice, like cheap little decor pieces. Because I will say, in general, in the US, I have found decor quite expensive, but overall it probably is slightly better quality too. And do remember, the pound and the dollar aren't equal, so if you're watching from the UK, $5 I think is the equivalent of about £4. I thought these little pots were really, really cute. I've been having a bit of a love with the colour green lately. And I always like anything clear, and I thought these were really nice too. I couldn't really think of a reason to use them, but I still thought for like $5 that was really useful, nice little storage, and lots of little storage bits around in this section. And also some like kiddies bits. They had some of those like fiddle popper kids toys and some other little kids things over here. And also in America, it's back to school time, so there's a lot of back to school type things in the section. It does seem to be quite topical. I don't know if that's always the case, but they did have a lot of things aimed at back to school. Okay, over to the clothes. Derby is where I was in this store, so that's why they sell them. But just like a quick overview of the clothes. I'm not going to say I love Target clothes. I think they do some very cute bits in the teen section, which is what you just saw. And then this is sort of heading over to the women's, just to give you an overview. They obviously do jeans, things like that, you know, some basic summer dresses. I thought this cardigan was quite cute, just like a striped cardigan, just to have something to throw over. Layers are my best friend in Kansas because the weather can change very dramatically, very quickly. This time of year, very hot, but generally it can change quite rapidly. But yeah, just an overview of the clothes here. Oh, and I really, really liked this linen shirt. There was something about it, I really, really liked it. But I was like, can I really justify buying more clothes right now? And I was like, probably not. But I thought it was a good price at like $25. And then obviously they have underwear and everything. I didn't take a close walk through that because, you know, I didn't want to bore you, but also shoes. There's tons of shoes. Just showing you a little overview. They obviously do quite a few like basic ballet flats if you just want some of them, which I thought were quite good. And then they do have like, you know, boots, heels and everything sort of over in these sections. I'm assuming in the winter they'd get more boots in and have like less sandals, I assume. But they seem to have a good range all year. I really, really liked these. I kind of want to get some of these for the winter. I just think they'd be so practical. Okay, so electronics. There's tons of electronics. So I didn't film for too long, but looking at the phone cases because mine has broken a little bit. So I'm not desperate for a new one, but it's something I'm considering. But all the ones I was liking here were not for my phone model. So yeah, but I was just sort of having a little browse at what there might be and what accessories you can get for your phones and things, because that is something that I will be looking at soon. Okay, so more electronics. Now I found that they had a book section in the middle of the electronics. I have not found this before. And it's like all the ones that are trending. The Teacher, read that, love that book. Just read the ACOTAR series, love that. I want to get Throne of Glass, but it's so expensive. Books are so expensive in the US. Yeah. Then games, just sort of like all the gaming section, as you would expect. And they also do like stuffed animals for the kids. I loved the Slowpoke, it's so cute, and the Snorlax. And yeah, just like a quick overview, they obviously have quite a lot of kids' toys and kids section, just to show you. So they actually still have like CDs, which I thought was quite cool for a well, I call it a supermarket. It isn't really. I don't know how you describe Target. It's kind of a home store, I guess. And then obviously they have the actual book section. As you can see, the prices are quite high. I want to say if I translate that, it's about £11-12 a book. But I tell you, they are lower than Barnes & Noble. If you go to Barnes & Noble, which own Waterstones, FYI, in case you didn't know that, UK viewers, it's really, really expensive in Barnes & Noble. But in here, it's like more reasonable, but from the UK standards, expensive. Then they do like sports stuff, and some of it obviously more aimed at kids and kids fun for sports, but they do a lot of adult stuff as well. As you can see, they do the bikes, and then yeah, like yoga mats and everything you can really think of. I think what I love about the store is like, honestly, like anything you can think of, you're probably going to find it in there. Will it be your perfect version? Maybe not, but I think that's what I love. It's just such a versatile store. And obviously all the weights. I was really looking at these because I do want to get some. I have adjustable ones right now and I just get fed up of adjusting them. And I feel like these are really good prices for weights. So yeah, definitely another future purchase I am considering, but right now not a priority. They also sort of have like a outdoor garden section. I don't know if this is just here in the summer or not, but they have, you know, a little range of different things. As I said, you can find most things you'd want here. It's just whether you find the exact version. Okay, food. Started going down the food aisles here. I filmed a lot more of the food than I've included in this video because this video is a lot longer than I thought it would ever be, to kind of give you the overview. And I honestly, it could have been like 5 hours long if I was to really show you, I swear. But they have like, this was like a little summer section down one of the food aisles. But yeah, I filmed a lot of the food stuff thinking it would be interesting, but there was just so much footage. But they had Prime in a box. Have you seen that in the UK? I never saw that before I left, but obviously Prime was such a big thing. At the school I worked at, we actually had to monitor the edge of the premises because people would come and try and sell them to kids over the fence at lunchtime. It was crazy. But yeah, here's all the kind of like juices and squash because I thought that would be interesting. They're very different in the US. We don't get like bottles of like Robinson squash or whatever. These are not even called squash, but I don't actually know what they call them in America, where they add the flavour to the water. There's also Prime in a can, which I was like, okay. And then here's just like a quick overview of some of these sweets. And one thing I noticed at the bottom, I was like, oh, Smarties. Smarties are like those little weird things you get in mixed packets in the UK. They are not chocolate Smarties, like what we would call Smarties. And Twizzlers are a favourite of mine. I must say, I don't think American candy is that great. I think the British stuff is a lot better, but there's a few things I do really like. So yeah, this is just an overview. And Who chocolate, you can get this in Whole Foods in London. I adore it. And it's so much cheaper in Target. If you're American and you want to try it, get it in Target. They don't always have the best flavours, but it's worth it. And then obviously you got your Hershey's, which I'm not really a fan of. And then all your chewing gum and stuff. Mint is so different in the US, so different. But if you want like a more in detail food shop comparison thing, let me know. Maybe I can do like a more of a filming just based on food. Okay, so moving on to the homeware. Obviously this was intriguing me a lot because, well, I've just moved into my house. So I obviously like looking at all, but I can't really spend extra yet. And do I really need a lot of this? No. I still use a lot of my old stuff. I don't need all this new things right now, but I do think they have some really, really nice things for a reasonable price. I won't say Target is as cheap as I expected it to be, because I'd always heard people talk about it being reasonable. Like, these lamps are reasonable. These are all $10, which I think for a basic lamp isn't bad. I mean, it's a very limited selection. I do actually have some of these. And then I also looked a lot of the photo frames because I needed one. So I had a good look at these. I do think they're quite pricey compared to like the UK. I feel like for a lot of this kind of style, like if you were to go in the Range, for example, I feel like Target's quite similar to the Range. If you were to go in the Range, I think you could get things a lot cheaper. Some of them aren't bad. And then there's lots of storage. Lots of storage stuff you can buy in Target. That one was missing a handle, but for $27 for like a set of 3 drawers that aren't completely ugly. I mean, would you want it as your main furniture? No, but I feel like it's got some very useful storage stuff for reasonable prices here. So if you just want your basics, which I do feel like you can get in the UK. Okay, fake plants. Love looking at fake plants. I want to get loads eventually. I really do. Yeah, I just love them. I would love to keep real plants, but I am useless and they die. So the fake ones are like, my friends. So yeah, I love looking at these. I thought most of these were very reasonable price. Like, they're all decent size. They're not like really tiny ones. They're not huge either, obviously, but they are not tiny. They did do a lot of the bigger ones too, which again, quite reasonable. I don't think they're the most realistic looking plants ever, but for the price, I don't think they're too bad. Again, I do think a lot of decor stuff you could get a little bit cheaper in the UK, but there you go. Right, back to more storage. As I said, they do a lot of storage stuff here. I was looking for some like acrylic trays because I really want to like organize things. But these were like really deep. These weren't quite what I was looking for. But in general, they just have such good storage stuff. Like, I love the little rolly cart. Do I need one in my kitchen? No. Do I want one? Yes. I think they're really cool. I don't know why. They kind of have like an old vintage vibe about them. I don't know. I think you can get prettier ones though. And they also do artwork. I think it's a little bit limited. I've definitely been to stores in the US which do more. And here are some more lamps, which I just think are really expensive, personally. Like, most of these were running, $50 and upwards. A few of them were lower, but most of them are $50 and upwards, and I don't think they're anything special. I feel like, in general, you should be able to get something a lot nicer for that price, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe people disagree, but I just felt like they weren't really worth what they cost. And here are like some of the big ones. These, I guess, are a little bit more worth it. I get that they're going to be a lot more expensive. Okay, they obviously do lots of candles, especially Yankee candles. And then I thought these ones were really, really cute. I loved how they had names like Sassy Dreamer, Extrovert, Bohemian, Go-Getter. I loved that. I just thought they were really cool, and like you could get one for like any colour, which I love, because I know you should pick a candle for the scent, but we all do it because we want the colour to match sometimes, don't we? Like, I feel like we do. Okay, then office kind of organising area. Again, I was looking at things in this department because I'm trying to set up my office room. So I was having a really good look.
through all of this stuff, trying to work out what I want, what I don't want. The main thing I really wanted was like a paper holder, just like this one, but I want it to be white, and they didn't have a white one. So I was like, okay, probably not for me. And then I actually quite like this gold one. I thought gold would look quite nice, but I want like stackable. I think they might stack, but I'd rather get one with different layers. But I do think it's really pretty. But yeah, they have some really nice sort of storagey office stuff that I just thought was really, really cool and pretty good for the price. God, I'm going to keep talking about the price because I'm really comparing to the UK. Okay, this side table, I love it. I really want something like this in my office space as a side table, but for $100, I was like, oh my God. Like, my heart hurt a little bit at that price. I didn't expect it to run that high. I've definitely seen similar on Amazon for a lot less money. And they did lots of big furniture. I didn't film loads of the big furniture because I don't really need it, but you know, I had a little glimpse to show you that it's in the store, and they have like these ottomans, and I really want to get one of these eventually. Probably not that exact one, but I really want to get a ottoman storage for like the front entrance of my house because it will just look so much nicer than an open shoe rack. Okay, and then obviously they have lots of kitchen stuff. I just did a little bit of filming here to show you that it exists. A lot of it's very aesthetic, and like you could definitely make, you know, your kitchen very matchy. I don't have the money to invest in that right now, but they do some really, really nice things. So yeah, just like a quick overview of what they have. I really like the placemats. I don't have a proper dining table yet, so I don't need any, but I feel like this would be a good place to come and look for some when I do get one. So it was just, this was kind of like investing for future me. Okay, hair stuff. They did like a curling heatless set. I feel like that was kind of expensive again, but that's probably because I ordered mine on Amazon in the UK for like £7. I thought these hair bows were really pretty. They did some really nice hair accessories actually, and I can't comment on the quality, so I can't really say if these are overpriced or not. But they definitely had some really nice hair accessories and some very pretty clips. I loved that they had a lot of gold theme stuff. I thought they were really, really pretty. So I thought I'd show you just a little bit of them, and like obviously they do all the standard hair ties and everything as well. And then this is just a little overview of beauty stuff. I didn't film this much because a lot of the brands you will know, and these were a bit different, and I just thought the balls were pretty. I just think they're stunning. So I filmed that. And then they also, much to my delight, they do stock Pixi products. And I'm a huge fan of Pixi. So I'm so pleased to find that I can easily get it without having to order online. And then towels, they have so many colours. This was just amazing. So yeah, I was just having a little browse through here of all the towels and like seeing their prices. I just love seeing all the colours. Like, yeah, they had so many different ones. I didn't film all that much of them, but trust me, there's like another aisle with all other colours as well. So I feel like anyone who comes to America and you need towels, like go to Target, they're so pretty. And then I did find some more like lower acrylic storage, kind of what I was looking for. So I definitely had a good look at what they did and how that might work, and think about how it might work for me. So I love looking at them. And then they also had this like jewelry holder at the bottom, and I thought this was really, really pretty. And then on my way out, I saw these jewelry boxes, which I just thought were really stunning.
Okay, so we are back. I am hot and sweaty from being outside, and my chocolate bar that I bought isn't going to be in this haul. Not because I've eaten it actually, but because I've left it downstairs in the cool kitchen because, you know, it suffered a little bit in my car. But the bar I got was called Who Chocolate, and I love it. And Target just charged the best price. But my favorite flavors you can only get at Whole Foods or Dillon's, and they are like $1.50 or something more than Target, which is kind of insane. So yeah, if you want to try Who Chocolate, maybe go to Target, but the best flavors, which is orange vanilla and raspberry, they're separate flavors. They're in the other stores. But anyway, please excuse that I still don't really have any good setup to film. I do have a little ring light on, which is hopefully helping, but I know the lights from the windows, because I still haven't got new blinds, probably aren't great. But this is kind of like the only place I have to position my phone right now and phone stand. So this is kind of what you're getting for now. I hope that's okay, but I hope you enjoyed looking around Target with me and you saw a good, you know, range of what they do, and I will show you what I actually picked up. Okay, so you saw in probably more detail than a lot of the other areas the like cheap $5 section thing at Target. It might have a special name, I'm not sure. I've seen people like TikTok it, which is why I really wanted to check it out. But I did pick up this, which is like obviously like acrylic storage, but it spins. I think did I mention that in the video? I can't remember. You'll know because you would have just watched it again. But I just think this is so cool. I was thinking like maybe for my perfumes or something like that, and they could spin around. I don't know, but for $5, absolute bargain. I just think this is really cool. So one thing I actually was looking for in there was a new photo frame. A little bit of a random purchase, I know, but I have been starting to organize decor for the bathroom, and my husband had a really good idea about getting a photo frame. So here it is. I just picked this one. It's really, really solid, really, really good quality, really heavy. This was like $14.99, I think. But you know, it's like this kind of, it's brownie gold, I guess you could say, but I just kind of like that it has like the little border. And then my husband's idea was to put a photo in there that I have taken of something like the ocean, a river, something like that, to like decorate the bathroom with, because basically we have shelves to decorate. So that's kind of the idea behind this. So I showed you many a plant, like fake plant in there. They have so many good ones, and I eventually want so many for my house. I really do. Just to buy in bulk, it would add up pretty quick, you know. But I've got some ideas with them, and I really want a lot of them eventually. So I just thought I would treat myself to one today, because I really shouldn't be spending too much money. But I really like this one, and it was the last one left on the shelf. And it is this fake plant. I guess it's kind of like fake ivy leaves or something. It's not the most super realistic fake plant I've seen, but it was $15 for like one that's actually quite a decent size. And I think, you know, when you're not like right up close, it looks pretty great. So it's just when you're up close, you're like, okay, this is so fake. But, you know, it's not too bad. I'll probably watch it back on camera now and be like, okay, it's bad. But no, I think for the price, I can't complain. And I just like that it was in this just like simple white pot. So yeah, I grabbed this one. Now, another thing I was sort of looking for while I was there was some sort of like acrylic storage. I had some like cheap, shallow sort of storage pots that I got from Home Bargains in the UK when I lived there. And I was looking for something similar. They didn't really have anything that similar. Anything that was cheaper was a lot bigger and just way too big. Like I'm talking about things to like organize hair stuff, makeup, that kind of thing in drawers. So the bigger stuff just wasn't practical. But then I did come across it, but I do think it's a bit pricey. But I bought a little bit of it just to see how it fits in my drawers. So let me show you. So first off, I got this set. This was $15. It has a small one, a medium-sized one, and a large one. That way I thought I could see how they organize, how they fit in my drawers, and if I really do want more of these, I can slowly buy more. But obviously they do add up quite quickly in price. But you know, it's just acrylic storage. I will say, very, very solid, made very well. So like, I'm not getting ripped off with the price. It's just that I was hoping to find something a bit cheaper, because I don't really need the quality to be that good to like separate out my makeup, but you know. I also picked up another individual small one, because I feel like the small ones would be very useful for like hair ties and things like that. So I kind of figured I would sort of try and organize my hair drawers when I get around to it and use these. So yeah, I just bought an extra single one, but these are $5 just for the singular. I also picked up some bath towels. These are for the guest bathroom. They're not the most amazing quality, I will say. It was $10 for 2 hand towels, 2 bath towels. So they're not amazing, but I don't expect to have guests very often. So these are basically hardly ever going to be used. So I don't want to buy like premium towels that are just never going to be used. But I also really love the color of these. They are in this like deep dark forest green, and this is giving it away now, but this is kind of the theme colour I'm going with for the sort of family bathroom in the house. So yeah, that's why I wanted to grab these, because we are going to have actually guests staying in a couple of weeks. My husband's friend and a few of his family are coming just for one night. They're just passing through on the way to visit some of their other family. So it'll be nice to see them. And then I, you know, wanted things for them to use and had to finish off the bathroom because it didn't even have a shower curtain. So, you know, that's on order. I've been looking for things that will match from different stores. The shower curtain obviously isn't from Target, or I would have shown it to you in this haul. But, you know, in my next moving vlog, you'll probably see like decorate the bathroom, you know, that kind of thing. And then finally, I picked up some shampoo and conditioner, again, just for the guest bathroom, so they have things to use. Yes, oh, I got that one upside down. Yes, did I pick these because they're green? Yes. I mean, Garnier Fructis definitely have this brand in the UK. I'm not sure if the bottles are different. I mean, I never usually use it, so I don't know. But they're silicone free, so I thought these would be a good buy. Okay, and that is everything I did buy in Target, because as I said, I really shouldn't be spending too much money on decorative stuff right now. I need to be saving things we need, although obviously stuff for the bathroom when we have guests coming, things like that are actually needed. So it's decorative, but needed. I mean, you could say the same about replacing the blinds in this room. It's definitely on the top of my list to do next. So that this can become my official office space. I can start using it, because I am going to be working from home here and teaching in this room, so I need it to look professional eventually. Obviously it's a mess right now as I sort things out. I've been going through lots more boxes since getting back from the UK and just seeing what decor pieces I do have, because I'm thinking for now a lot of my old decor will work just to make it seem more roomy. I was going to say room, like more inviting, more homely, let's say that. You know, and then as I save, I can maybe get some new pieces and things that maybe the exact sort of things I have in my head that I want in here. But I think, you know, I should have enough. And so I've been going through boxes, and that's kind of where we're at with that. So you'll see that and my process with that all in like my next kind of moving vlog, I would imagine. And yeah, I will see you again real soon. Bye.